Today we're joined by Ali, our Central Services team leader here at AGK Isle of Wight, and this week marks Ali's 7-year work anniversary with us, so we want to take a quick moment to celebrate and hear a little about her time with the charity. How does it feel looking back on that time?
It's rather strange. It certainly doesn't feel like 7 years since I joined the charity, and we've been through quite a lot together. Starting was just before we went into the COVID years, as I like to call them, which then was a very different way of operating the charity and the delivery of our services. And then after that, the coming out of that and the impact that then had on the people we support. So although COVID effectively finished, the support that we needed to still undertake was very huge because it did impact people greatly. Equally, a lot of our volunteers that volunteered with us during COVID were on furlough, so they all drifted off back to work, and we then found ourselves in a position where we needed to actively recruit volunteers and support workers to continue the work that we do. So it's been a very busy 7 years, but a very enjoyable 7 years. It certainly keeps you thinking on your toes. You've got to be quick, you've got to act dynamically, you can't sit back on your laurels because no 2 days are the same.
What first brought you to AGK Isle of Wight, and what have you enjoyed most about being part of the charity over the last 7 years?
Well, I moved to the island because I have family on the island. So I moved from Kent. So when I came here, I needed a job. I needed to be able to work. And I looked, obviously, what was available on the island. And I saw a role for a volunteer coordinator for our Good Neighbours scheme advertised. I certainly did not fit all of the job description from my previous employment, but I thought, things I had done, they were transferable skills. So I took the punt, I applied for the role, and I was lucky enough to be interviewed, but even more lucky that they took the chance on me. And I came into the charity as a volunteer coordinator. So I had been here probably maybe about 12 weeks when the other two members of that department finished and they moved on to other positions outside of the charity. So suddenly it was me with very little charity experience and me looking after that department. And I couldn't have done that with the support of everybody here and all of the colleagues that I have worked with now and in the past. And it really is a family of people. And it's because we are a close, tight-knit family within the charity that we're able to offer that support on the island. So yes, big changes, but I love it.
So, as Central Services team leader, what does your role involve, and what sort of things do you help with behind the scenes?
So as Central Services team leader, I'm responsible for 3 areas within the charity. So I'm responsible for our information signposting team, and that is the first point of call for a lot of people that come to the charity. So that could be a phone call looking for support with shopping, to looking for support with care needs. It's a huge variety. Also under that, I look after our Good Neighbours scheme, which is our Gold Award-winning volunteer service. And that's been a real passion of mine because that's where I started. And then 3 years ago, I joined the Just About You team. And that's our home help service, and that's invaluable to people. That is low-level support in your own home, which is bespoke to your needs. And we've got a fabulous team of support workers that cover the island and support people on an individual basis through shopping, through community activity, through general housework. So it's a varied team. On the other side of that, I'm then involved with our senior management team, and we'll look at funding opportunities for the charity because without those funding opportunities and the donations that we receive from family members and kind members of the public, we couldn't operate. We are very reliant on those funding opportunities. So a lot of time is spent researching what we can do, what we can apply for, and what fits with the ethos of what we aim to promote within the community.
Over the last 7 years, what moment has stood out to you the most about the people involved with AGK Isle of Wight, whether that's the staff, volunteers, clients, or the wider island community?
I think that the thing that stands out to me most is how privileged we are to be able to be part of someone's life in a time when they can be in a crisis or in difficulty. And they trust us, and they trust us implicitly to be able to support them or to be able to signpost them to the relevant support. It is a huge privilege to be part of that journey for them, and to see these people when they are at their lowest, to perhaps coming along to join one of our Chatty Brew events and coming to a social interaction event, and to be able to be part of that journey, not only for the client but for their family members which may not be on the island. So we often become the eyes and the ears and the sounding board of all, and I think really that's what sits with me most. But again, none of that can be done without all the help that's given to us by volunteers, support workers, and the team that are here that work on a daily basis.
Looking ahead, what would you say to someone who is thinking about volunteering with us, or perhaps someone who may benefit from a bit of extra help at home through the Just About You service?
So volunteering with us is immensely fulfilling, and it can be for as long as you want it to be. It can be half an hour a week, it can be a couple of hours a week, it can be fortnightly. It also helps you as an individual. So becoming a volunteer with us is fun. It's not daunting. We're here to support you all the way. The ladies in the office will answer any question you have. You can come and see us at any point. And if you are thinking about it and you're unsure, just come and have a chat to us. There's no obligation, just from a chat. But we would love to be able to tell you what you could do and how you could support, but equally get to know you, because we can then tailor that support to your experiences. In terms of our Just About You service and the home help support, well, the calls we have from family and the calls we have from the client to say, you've changed our mum, our dad's, our aunt, our uncle's lives. You've allowed them to remain as independent as possible in their own home. Obligation, just come and have a chat. We're here. We're happy to explain anything to you before you make those decisions. But believe me, when you do make that decision, you will be as proud as I am to be part of AGK Isle of Wight.